Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. You're probably as surprised as I am seeing this mixed media video. It's been almost 2 years since I created my last mixed media project. Well, life happens. But I'm back and I hope you can enjoy this video. I kept it a bit simple and used all kinds of old material for this art journal page. Even after such a long time, I still enjoy my Lindy's and Finnabair products. Last week I had to make some space in my studio, and that was the motivation I needed to finally unpack all the bags and boxes that have been there since we moved 1.5 years ago. I don't know if you know that feeling, but if I don't see my stuff, I'm not going to do anything with it. Well, the past few days I have been really busy creating a nice creative space again, so whenever I have the time and I feel like it, I can do something with mixed media. I don't know if everything I use is still available, it's been such a long time, but if not, I'm sure you can find some nice alternatives. You can find the standard materials at the bottom below in the description box of the video. I'm using some nice heavy mixed media paper and I put an extra layer of gesso on top just to be sure. I really like to work with a lot of water and mediums, so the paper has to endure a lot. I have all kinds of things ready so that I kind of know what direction I want to go with this page. I start with some tissue paper by Finnabair, a page from an old book that I bought at a thrift shop, and some other tissue paper that I don't really know where it came from. I know that's not really helpful. I use Mod Podge matte to apply the paper, and if you want to tear the tissue paper you can make it a little bit wet, but just use a little bit of water, it will tear more easily. Next I'm using some cheesecloth to create a bit more texture. When you pull on the strings a bit you can create this really cool worn down effect. Some light paste to use as an adhesive for my art stones, and I just put it on a bit random. I'm using this super easy tray to catch all the leftovers, so I don't waste too many of the stones. I was planning on using some lava paste, but then I found out it dried out, so I tried to use it anyway. But there really are some products that didn't make it through the 2 years of creative hibernation. So I'm switching to light paste again. Next up is the gorgeous hibiscus rose orange embossing powder by Lindy's, of course. I'm just sprinkling it on a wet light paste so the powder will melt while the paste dries. And the lava paste actually gives a really cool effect. I kind of regret that I didn't use it a little bit more. I'm using some watered down white gesso and just brush it on quite randomly to create this more whitewash effect. And in between I'm making sure I really dry everything really thoroughly. I'm having quite a hard time deciding which photo I'm going to use, from this really cool blog by Finnabair. I'm really curious if this one exists still, because it really is nice, and I found out that I'm almost out of photos. I'm adhering it to this cardboard piece just to create a little bit more depth. I'm actually happy that I found my AB Studio stamps. I didn't know if I sold them or that I still had them, but when I went through my boxes I found them, luckily. So I'm using this leaf. I just inked it with some black ink and I'm cutting it out. I've used some AB Studio paper to stamp it on, just to create a more interesting effect than if I would use some white paper. I decided I wanted to work with some Lindy's Magicals, and I'm using 4 colors. Andrea's Azalea, I'm using Showstopper Copper, the Glitz Magical, some Cockabell's Coral, and Cowabunga Copper. And that last one is really my favorite. I love the warm brownie copper color. I've used a dye, which I don't know what brand it is. I really can't remember. But I used it to create this really cool die cut. I'm using some VersaMark embossing ink on the die cut and some Lindy's embossing powder, and the color is Angel Wings Gold. Embossing Lindy's Magicals on these chipboard pieces by Dusty Attic, and I'm just giving them a little bit more color because I'm planning on using some embossing powder on top of them. On this piece of chipboard I'm using the Hibiscus Rose embossing powder again, also because it has this really soft rose golden color, which I think is perfect for the journal page. I also wanted to add a little bit of more color, which I'm doing by just sprinkling some magicals right on top of the paper without diluting it with water first, and then just sprinkle the water on top. And I'm making sure I'll dry everything in between just to make sure the colors won't blend as much. I'm also using another AB Studio stamp, which is really old, but I'm sure there are going to be a lot of cool new alternatives if this isn't available anymore. And it's the same with this one as well, which is a really cute black spot kind of stamp. And for the finishing touch, I'm using this stitched border stamp by Studio Light. And I'm just adding it randomly, not that neat and just a bit messy. So I'm having this argument with my glue gun, I guess because I haven't used it for a long time, and also a little with my heavy body gel, probably because it dried out, but eventually everything will get stuck to the page. left myself some sentiments or texts just to go with the page, which says that I need to make time for my art, which I thought was a funny line to use on this first mixed media journal in 2 years. And just the finishing touches are some sequins and in 2 different colors, and some pieces of mica by Finnabair. And last but not least, I still love them, some Nuvo Drops to create some cool little rose gold, well, faded rose I guess, and copper pearls on the page. And the exact colors are raspberry pink crystal drops and copper penny crystal drops. Finishing this page, I really like to thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. There are a bunch of them. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section down below. Have a wonderful day.